Welcome to senior year. I'm Mrs. Lee J. Myself and the other school counselors are looking forward to the upcoming school year and are excited to guide you through this journey. We have adjusted our program so that we can work with you virtually. Our first task was to create our senior meeting recording to share with all of you. If you participated in the material pickup day, you should have received an envelope from us. If not, they have been mailed to your home. The envelope includes a copy of your transcript. Your first thing that you should do is proofread your transcript. If you notice any errors, please contact your school counselor immediately. Also in the packet is your March 13th grade to date report and a number of other important resources. This information is valuable for the college admission process. I suggest you take notes while watching this presentation. Watch the video multiple times if needed, and know that starting September 8th, school counselors will be meeting one-on-one with each senior through a Zoom meeting. Keep an eye out for an invite sent to your school email address. We believe that each of you deserves one-on-one time with us to help guide you through the Naviance in College process. This video today is just a snapshot of what we will be discussing in your one-on-one meeting. So where do we begin? Today, the counselors will be showing you information regarding 3 easy steps to the college admission process, including Naviance, applications, and test scores. To start, all students, no matter what their secondary or their post-secondary plans are, will need to use Naviance. So let's review how to access your Naviance account. You will go to www.clever.com. In the top right-hand corner, you will select Login as a student. You will search for Mount Lebanon High School, click on it. You will then be asked to log into your Google account that the district provided for you, both your username and your password. Finally, you will see in your Clever account an app that says Naviance. Select that app and it will automatically give you access to your student account in Naviance.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Bowles, and I am also one of the school counselors here at the high school. I'm going to speak to you today a little bit more about Naviance. You can use Naviance to search for colleges in a couple different ways. Number one, there is a search bar right when you log into Naviance that you can type in the name of a college to look it up. Or you might be able to click on schools that you listed in your colleges I'm thinking about list from last year. When you look at these schools, you can see the requirements, admission criteria, deadline, all sorts of information. When you are putting your list together of schools to which you're going to apply, you're going to have safety schools, target schools, and reach schools perhaps on your list. We as a department recommend that you have a minimum of 1 safety school on your list that fits the following criteria. Number 1, we're very confident you're going to be able to be admitted there. Number 2, it's a financial fit for your family. And number 3, you have to have an interest in going there. Okay? Moving on to another aspect of Naviance is the career tab. Feel free to explore the career tab if you're looking for different majors to consider. You also might have some of the results from your 10th grade career unit that might be helpful as you think about what to study when you get to college. You're also going to use Naviance here to add colleges and request transcripts. And just so you know, when you are applying to colleges, you'll be using the Common Application. Some schools use the Coalition application, and other schools will have their own application on their admissions website, okay? When you have decided which schools to which you are applying, you're gonna need to add those schools to your list in Naviance and request transcripts from them. You're also in Naviance going to request letters of recommendation to send to the schools as well, okay? Now I'm gonna show you a link on how to get to our website where you can watch a video on how to request transcripts and letters of recommendation through Naviance. You're going to start at the MTLSD website here, and then you're going to go to schools and click on high school. Once you go to high school, you're going to click on school counseling. And then along the left side, under school counseling, you'll see Naviance. Once you click on Naviance and you scroll down, you'll see video tutorials in the middle of your screen. There, you can watch a video on how to request letters of recommendation, how to request transcripts, matching with Common App, a few different resources that will hopefully be beneficial to you. As you are filling out your college applications, particularly on the Common App, they're going to ask you for some basic information like the size of your graduating class, the class of 2021. We'll send that information out to you as the school year begins, because that information is still to be determined. Please note that we do not rank students at Mount Lebanon High School, so when they ask that, say no. Please list the title that we have here as school counselor. If when they ask for the 6-digit school code or the SEEB code, it is 393730, and our graduation date is June 2nd, 2021.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Saba, one of the other counselors here at the high school. And as Mr. Bowles just said, I want to go into a little bit more detail about the Common Application. Many of you are probably familiar with it. It does make things a little bit easier in terms of the application process for many of you. If you're not sure if the schools that you're applying to take the Common App or not, there's 2 easy ways to figure that out. One would be to go to commonapp.org and search for the schools that you're applying to and see if they are on there. The other way is to go to each of the college's admission sites, and typically on the admission site, it will tell you whether you need to apply directly using the coalition or using the Common App. Know that there are some schools locally like Carnegie Mellon that are Common App exclusive. They only accept the Common App. There are others that, again, will give you a choice to apply either directly or using the Common App. I suggest if you're applying to 7 schools and 5 of them take the Common App, it makes sense to use the Common App. Again, it will simplify the process and you'll only have to fill out 1 application for all of those schools. So once you have determined that you are going to use the Common App for at least one of your colleges, you are going to want to go to the Common App site, which I've pulled up here, and you're going to create an account for yourself up here in the right-hand corner. It is going to ask you to create a username and a password. Just one suggestion overall, whether it's the Common App or any of your other applications, please keep track of your usernames and passwords. Probably a handy place to do that would be on your phone, maybe in the notes page. Very often students come to meet with counselors and they say they have a question on their application, and we say, oh, log in and pull it up and I'll help you. And they don't know their login or their username password. So please keep track of those. It's very important. So once you've established your Common App account, there are a couple of sections that you need to fill out first. One of those is the education section. And this is where that you will indicate that you attend Mount Lebanon High School, and you'll fill in some other information about that. Once you've completed the education section, we need you to add at least 1 college. You can add more at that point in time, but we need you to add at least 1. This will then allow you to complete what is called the FERPA waiver. The FERPA waiver is going to ask you questions about your letters of recommendation and whether or not you waive your right to see them. As a department, we recommend that all of our students do waive their right. This basically means that you will not see your letters of recommendation. The colleges and universities expect these letters to be confidential, coming directly from teachers and counselors, and you not seeing them. So therefore, we ask you to waive your right under that FERPA area. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to match that Common App account you created to your Naviance account. This is a really, really important step. Teachers and counselors cannot send transcripts and letters of recommendation to any of your Common App schools until you have matched your account. There is a very easy video tutorial on the same page that Mr. Bowles already showed you on the counseling website to show you how to match those accounts. It is a simple 1-step with an email address, but watch the tutorial video and please do not forget to take care of this step. Thank you.
Hi, this is Mrs. Schneider, and I will be briefly talking about Pitt and Penn State's application today. Although Pitt and Penn State are members of the Common Application and the Coalition Application, they, along with other schools, offer a web application as well. To apply to Pitt's application using their web-based application, go to the university account and look for keywords such as freshman, undergraduate, and prospective students. Creating an account on the college application webpage allows you to complete the application, submit materials, and pay the fee. The University of Pittsburgh requires a completed application, test scores submitted from College Board or ACT, but keep in mind this year test scores are optional due to the pandemic, and a completed self-reported academic record. They also have 3 optional short answer questions and letters of recommendation you can submit. Please know we strongly encourage all students to complete the 3 optional questions. Pitt uses a rolling admission deadline, so please complete your application early and submit it as soon as possible. Typically, you will receive a decision from a rolling admission school within 4 to 6 weeks. Penn State's application includes completing the application, submitting test scores. However, again, keep in mind this year due to the pandemic, test scores are optional, and the completion of the self-reported academic record. Penn State offers an early action deadline of November 1st and a priority deadline of November 30th. Please do your best to submit your application to Penn State by November 1st, as this gives you the best chance of being accepted to the university.
Last time I did.
Go.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Rulo. I will discuss what you need to complete your college applications. Transcripts. Check for errors and report them to your counselor. Please return the grade to date permission form if you want your counselor to send it. You can take a photo of it from your phone and email it to your counselor. Test scores. Many schools are test optional this year. If you aren't sure if you should send your scores, please speak with your counselor. Next slide. Essays. Essays are important. Use Mrs. Shine in the Writing Lab as a resource. Letters of rec. You should have completed the student personal analysis form for your counselor's letter, and you need to ask a teacher to write a letter for you before you request one in Naviance. Activities service. If your resume is up to date in Naviance, you can copy and paste this information into your application. Lastly, remember that your community service is recorded in Dashboard. Thank you.
Hi, this is Mr. Smith, and I'm the newest addition to Mount Lebanon High School's counseling department. I'm going to talk to you a bit about deadlines, managing your time, and various admission plans. So up on the screen here, you're going to see that there are various admissions terminologies that various colleges will offer students. First is early decision. This is a binding admission plan. You can only apply to one school early decision if they offer this admission plan. I would recommend that you speak to your counselor whether this would be a good idea for you to do. If you apply to a school early decision and you're offered acceptance, then you are expected to put a deposit down and attend that school while also withdrawing all your other applications. Up next is early action. This is a non-binding admission plan, and it's one that is fairly common among many schools. November 1st is a typical early admission deadline. Up next, we have priority deadline. Earlier in this presentation, Mrs. Schneider had mentioned that Penn State has a priority deadline of November 30th. You want to apply by this date for your application to receive the best consideration. Also up here, we have rolling admission. As mentioned by Mrs. Schneider as well, rolling admission is offered by the University of Pittsburgh. What this means is that admissions offices are constantly reviewing and offering acceptance or denials to students who apply with this admission plan. In general, you want to apply as early as possible when a school is rolling admission, but still apply when your application is the strongest. And then last is the typical regular decision deadline. Virtually every school has this, and this is generally the last date with which you can apply for your application to be considered. Typically, these are offered around January 1st, January 15th, or even in February. Now, a couple tips. Stay focused and committed. Colleges may request mid-year transcripts, and whatever college you decide to attend will request your final transcript. I feel like there is a common misconception that students think that they can apply to college in the fall and then take their foot off the gas pedal for the rest of the year. This is simply not true. You need to finish the year out strong in case a college does want to see a mid-year transcript and ultimately your final transcript. And also be sure to manage your time in order to meet the admission deadlines. And lastly, it takes a village to help a student get to college. Make sure that you ask for help. Talk to your counselor, your teachers, your parents, older siblings, and remember that we will be starting one-on-one meetings with seniors on September 8th.
Hi, this is Chad Johnston. I'm going to be talking about the last few slides. This year, our virtual meetings will be done online. Some seniors may have done this last year in person, but this year they will be done virtually. You can review the list of colleges on your Naviance account. If you add colleges to colleges I'm thinking about and colleges I'm applying to, you'll receive an email notification of the college visit to Mount Lebanon. This is a great way to show demonstrated interest to that particular school. We encourage students to pre-register for college meetings through Naviance. You'll be able to attend 10 college visits this year, but if you need to view any more, just contact your school counselor. And we advise you to contact your teacher and let them know that you're going to be attending the college meeting, and we will be taking attendance. So just to review, there are three main things that we want you to walk away from. There are three pieces that we talked earlier about: the application itself, that you're going to use either the common application or the school's application directly to the institution. Number two, you're going to use Naviance to request letters of recommendation and your transcripts. And number three, sending your test scores directly from ACT or SAT. That concludes our presentation. Please reach out to your counselor with any questions. Thank you.